Hello, Billy the Artist here, back with a little update video on my how to draw lessons, but particularly how to draw these wonderful ladies. And so we do have how to draw Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift and Professor McGonagall. But there is also Billie Eilish, but I don't have the original. Again, that's a long story, but something different. And again, the links for Billie Eilish is in the cards, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Before we go any further, please do like and subscribe, tick the bell to be notified when new how to draw lessons are available. Now, I've done a couple of overview videos on the BTS fellas, how to draw them as well. And that's what this is. This is just so as you can see some of the work that's already done, because new videos are coming. Now, again, if you check the link here, the banner here, it's got all my social media. People have been tagging me and sharing with me on social media, particularly Instagram. Use the hashtag drawingwithbilly and you can tag me on there. Again, all my info is in the description below, and it's just fantastic. And I then put these videos together of a slideshow of everybody else's work, of the things that they have done, the portraits, the pictures that they have done from my lessons. Again, in my normal how to draw lessons, not just the portraits, there's over 130 lessons on characters, cartoon characters, basics. So, you know, basic shapes, how to draw, but there's characters there like The Simpsons, there's The Incredibles, there's Inside Out, there's the Boss Baby, there's Lego characters. There's a whole raft of them on there for you to just have fun and develop your drawing skills. Now, as I waffle now, there will be up in the cards in the corner, click the eye, you'll see the links to everything in here. So that will take you to the How to Draw Portraits playlist, where all of these, including the Harry Potter, including all of the other portraits of the BTS guys and others, they will all be put specifically in there, because that's just a dedicated portraits playlist. Harry Potter also has its own separate playlist, but the new lessons that are coming soon are going to be of a lot of people that have been asked for over the last few years. Now, the main ones will be Marvel. I will do some more Harry Potter. There will be some singers. There might be some others. Now, again, I am just going to do a lot. It is now March 2021. And so I'm going to do a lot of videos, and I will be releasing one a week throughout the rest of 2021, hopefully. Now, again, thank you for your patience while I've been doing my art that pays my bills. That's the oil paintings, the time lapses that you see that go up. But thank you again so much for your patience. Now, again, each one of these lessons is in full real time and fully narrated. So again, there are lots of examples in the slideshow videos of people drawing Ariana, the Harry Potter characters and other singers and the BTS guys. And it's a joy to see that. Now, I make these very, very simple. In the description, there is a link to How to Draw Anything. And that's the absolute basics. Now, I use these basic techniques to teach you how you can draw something as complex as a person's face. So again, coming out through the cards, there will be links to the individual Ariana Grande video, the Taylor Swift, and the Professor McGonagall, and the Billie Eilish. Now, in those lessons, I will take you from the very first line to the very end. Now, I use a grid to help you lay this down. Some people say using a grid is cheating. Utter, total rubbish. It's a technique. Some of the world's top artists and portrait painters today, alive as well as in the past, use grids. It's a technique. If you want to learn how to do a painting completely freehand, that's absolutely fantastic. But there are many people who have won things like the BP National Portrait Award in the United Kingdom, awards across America and other international art awards. They use grids. Now, these people use it because it's a technique. It allows them to do certain things. Others will literally trace. They will use a projector. Are they cheating? You may think so. No, they are doing art. They are creating art using skills and techniques. They have still got to do the painting. It gives you the ability. Now, again, to help you with portrait drawing, and I have done this recently. Somebody sent me a drawing that they'd done. Somebody, a young person who has used some of my lessons, and they had a go on their own of drawing Selena Gomez. And it was fantastic. They were so close. He said, can you tell me, please, what's wrong? And I just explained to him, I said, everything's very close, but the eyes, the nose, the angle of the mouth, the slope of the ear, everything was just slightly out. But they'd done a brilliant job at developing their skills. With applied practice, you will get better. And I said to them, what I'm going to say to you now, get a magazine, whether it's a fashion magazine, pop magazine, newspapers, and draw over the actual faces in the newspapers, in the magazines, with a pen. Draw over the outlines of doing how I show you, like drawing an outline when I get the art down. But if you draw over the outline, you're teaching your brain and your hand-eye coordination to know where the shape of a nose goes, the eyes, the lips, the mouth, the ear, the neck, the shoulders. And it just helps. So do that, draw shapes, develop your skills over time. And that's the thing, it's applied practice over and over and over. I've been drawing now for over 40 years and I'm still learning, I'm still developing my techniques, and it's a joy to be able to do that and share it with you. Now again, with each one of these videos, if you go to Ariana Grande, there will be a link in the cards on that video and in the description for that grid that I put down on there. Now on Taylor Swift and McGonagall and all the ones I'm going to do in the future, it's a slightly different grid than the one that I did with Ariana and other ones like the BTS guys. Now again, it's just the placement of the grid. I use a 2 centimeter square on these videos to help you develop your skills. Now in each video, the link to the relevant tutorial on the grid is there. I've had other people saying, where can I buy the grid paper from? You don't buy it, you draw it down yourself. Now again, there's a link in the description here to the grid videos, the tutorials that I've done in the description below, so do check that out. Now back to these, I'll go through what I have used in these and will probably use mainly in the future, but in the videos I do explain the materials that I use. It is A4 paper, it's just standard cartridge paper, smooth cartridge paper. You can draw on any kind of paper, but this is just what's widely available. I'm in the UK, A4 is a standard size. I do explain, if you've got oversized paper, how you can set it up so you can still do the drawing, because around the world there are different paper sizes, but A4 is a fairly universally all around the world known size. But again, I explain how you can actually put that on any piece of paper and sort that out. The pencils I use, these are Faber-Castell, but I've used Staedtler, I've used Rexel Derwent, I've used some that aren't, I don't even know what make they are. Just enjoy your pencils, you can use any, but the grades of pencil that I use for these drawings are 2B, 4B and 8B. There's other grades, and I do use other grades in other stuff. Again, I've done a video explaining all the materials that I use, but these are for my lessons, and I explain as I go along. When I pick up a pencil, I do my best to always say, right, I'm now going from 2B to 4B and why I'm doing it. Again, a rubber is not just to correct mistakes, an eraser. You can use them as a drawing tool. They're not just to remove mistakes. And I use a putty eraser and a Mars Plastic Staedtler eraser. They're just the ones that I actually like. The putty erasers I use are Dale Rowney. I've used others. I've used Faber-Castell, and there's other makes you can get. You just learn to use what's good for you. This is a mono eraser, very fine. I've also got a battery one. It's got a little battery that spins. That's not as detailed. You can get a finer point battery eraser. Might get one of those in the future to give that a go. But for blending, you can use your finger. That's dirty, not as accurate, but I do use a piece of kitchen towel or tissue, but I also use these. They're called a blending stump. Just a piece of paper that's rolled up, and there are YouTube tutorials if you can't find them anywhere in any art store near you, but they are generally very widely available, but you can even make your own. But there's also a cotton bud, and it's just great because you can use these to then smooth everything else and get the gradations in. Now again, here you can see that there are three very contrasting drawings. So you've got the very light of the Taylor Swift, you've got a solid, almost kind of silhouette in a sense, just with the plain white background of Ariana Grande, but with a very, very dark hair, very dramatic, powerful light. And then you've got the full dark of Professor McGonagall, played by Dame Maggie Smith in the Harry Potter movies. Now again, each one of these drawings, I used these pencils. Now, more than likely, I only used 2B and 4B on Taylor Swift because it was so light. But I've basically used the same equipment on the same paper, and you can see the varying results. It's about learning skills and techniques. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the lessons in the past. I hope you enjoy the lessons in the future. There's going to be a lot more. Please do share them out, and I look forward to helping you with your drawing in the future. Anyway, see you in the next video. Ta-da.